Hello and welcome to the Green Room with Monique McDonald. We are so happy you're here. I'm super excited to be here on the Green Room, LinkedIn Live with all my friends. I just want to say that we have the Green Room on Zoom. If you'd like to share your thoughts and ideas and anything you'd like to share with me in real time. It's going to be happening right after this broadcast, which is going to be about 15 minutes. And then I'll be waiting for you in the green room on Zoom, where I can't wait to hear your thoughts and ideas about what I'm about to discuss and why I created the green room was because I wanted to create a safe place where people who are using speaking to grow their business, to inspire and change lives, could come and talk to me about it so that they could get the unique perspective of a diva who's been on stages all over the world. And I can't wait to share my expertise with you. I'm on a mission to empower 10,000 voices this year. And I would love your voice to be one of them. Your voice is your most important and underestimated uh, tool in your entrepreneurial toolbox. And I want to be sure that you know how to take care of it, how to express yourself with it, and you can find your authentic voice, then unleash it and vibrate the world with it because the world is in need of strong voices now more than ever. So, welcome to the Green Room. Today, we are going to be talking about how important it is to trust in your unique way of saying things, your unique isms. I always talk about my friend and mentor Iman Agai, and I call them his Iman isms because he just has his unique way of saying things. And so do you. And I want you to not hide that. I want you to lean into that more. If you find yourself saying things in a unique way that may seem weird or strange, or you might think other people aren't going to get, I want you to take another look at it and wonder to yourself, could this be an ism? Could this be a thing that I might become known for or might even go viral because it's so uniquely you? Because when you are being uniquely you, your unique way of expressing yourself, your unique way of saying the things that you say is your magnet to your ideal clients, to the people that will support and partner you in your business. So every single time that you hear yourself saying things in a unique way or a weird way that you might criticize, check in again. It might be just your cool, amazing, fun way of putting things. It might even be the name of your next talk or the next course you're going to offer. Simon Sinek said, leadership requires two things: a vision of the world that doesn't yet exist, and the ability to communicate it. So often, when we are working on our talks, working on our presentations, we practice and practice and practice because we want to get it right. We want to get it right. We want to make sure that everything is perfect, that everything is in its right and correct way. That is a practice that is well worth doing. And then this is the part that people often forget. then you have to let that go. That's the part you do when you're practicing your talk, making sure everything lines up, making sure that everything is in its right order, making sure it's all right. But if your mind is concerned with what's next, what am I going to say next? We lose you. Your presence gets dimmed because you've gone to your mind and your mind is concerned with the order of things and how are you going to say things. When you're really tuning into your unique way of saying things and allowing the talk to talk you, when you trust yourselves enough to allow that essence, that silent power, that unique you to take over and express what you practice and practice and practice and practice in a whole new way. It's not comfortable, but you get to be you and say yes to it. When we are creating our next appearance, our next LinkedIn Live, our next live stream, our next pitch, our next whatever it is, it's important to use language that comes from your heart and comes from your unique you, as well as the facts, as well as the stats. Because who wants to listen to a talk full of rules and stats? And yes, that part is interesting and it's essential because people need to have the information. But we need you too, so that you are attracting the right people. Because that's a mistake that I was making myself and that I recently came to understand. I was learning all of these business language, this business lingo, and I wanted to apply everything that I had been learning to my business and my programs. And I realized that I was naming my courses and my things from my head rather than from my own life experience and from my heart. And so they were all good names that I came up with that everybody seemed to like, but they didn't represent me. They didn't represent the Monique that you see before you. So when you're looking at how you're going to express your content, please be sure not to leave you and your essence out of it. Continue to give us peaks of your excitement, your little boy or little girl that gets excited unabashedly, or the the part of you that sort of teases yourself or makes light of something. Or if you make a mistake and you're feeling, oh God, how could I have said that way? I totally screwed up. Yes, it's going to happen, and embrace it. One of my acting coaches said the best thing that can happen to you when you're on stage or speaking live in front of someone is a mistake. And of course, I was horrified. I was like, no, no, wait, that's what we practice for. We don't want to make mistakes because we've been taught in our culture and in the way in our society that mistakes are bad and wrong and we should avoid them at all costs. But here's what's true: we learn from our mistakes. And if we misspeak or we make a mistake, the person watching, the audience, or your potential clients that are watching you get to see A, that you're human, B, it's almost more interesting to see how you recover, regroup, and get yourself back on track. Because then they are not as concerned with trying to do it perfectly every time. Because one thing you learn in live theater is it never comes out the way you practiced it. So to make room for that and to embrace it. And so, as my acting coach said, Ted Altshuler, I'll never forget him. He was this breath of fresh air at the Juilliard Opera Studio. What my acting coach told me was the best thing that can happen to you is if you make a mistake, because it's like the universe has given you an opportunity to improvise. It's given you an opportunity to be more fully yourself, to smile, to release, to bring yourself back into the moment. All of a sudden, your focus goes, whoa, because you messed up. Unless you go down the rabbit hole, as most of us do, of I'm not good enough, I'm terrible. Why did I ever get in front of anybody? I made a horrible mistake. I'm never going to be a great speaker. Nobody's ever going to buy my stuff. And down the rabbit hole we go. But if you embrace the mistake, say yes to it, then you get to bring yourself back into this moment. You take a deep breath, you realign yourself with who you are, and you keep going. Because that's where people learn the most, when they're watching you. We get to see the expert realign themselves, make a mistake, be human, because that means it's okay for us to do it. And that it's not only okay, it's important to know how to recover from it. That is as much of the practice as getting all the words in the right order, as getting everything in line. Make a few mistakes and laugh with joy, because it's another opportunity for you to focus in to who you truly are, because your unique you is the magnet. It is your authentic self that brings you the right and perfect clients every time. Trust your instincts. Dare to voice your vision in a way that is clear and filled with passion. It's contagious, and people will love you for it, and they'll be inspired to do their very best to support you. All right, I can't wait to hear all your thoughts, your questions, your ideas on this subject of the green room today. Be sure to click the link below. I'll be on Zoom in the green room waiting for you. I can't wait to hear your thoughts and ideas and to say hello. Thanks for joining me. Have an amazing day. And remember, your voice vibrates the world. Thanks for being here. Bye.